Yesterday, we saw a high-profile shooting incident at YouTube headquarters. This is not a video I wanted to make because this is a terrifying and tragic event, but so many people are trying to politicize this in a certain direction. Before anyone even knew what was happening, they took what little information they had or what misinformation they were told to try and claim their political side was correct. And this was coming from the left and the right. What we know now is that this woman was a vegan Persian activist with a couple different YouTube channels. She was upset with YouTube over perceived demonetization and censorship. This is the latest news that's coming out, but I think when you actually look at this woman's webpage, when you look at her posts, it starts to become clear that this may have actually been about something else. The first thing I want to say is that I love YouTube dearly, and for all of my criticisms, I always try to make sure I let people know YouTube is a massive net positive. In my dealings with people who work at YouTube, they have been more than helpful. Over the past several years, YouTube has done a lot for me, even though I probably don't deserve it. In fact, at one point, they sent me an iPod Touch. This was several years ago. iPod Touches aren't too relevant today. But for all of the problems of YouTube, they have done an outstanding job, in my opinion. And I always want to make sure that everyone knows the reason I am critical of certain policies and practices YouTube is undertaking is because I want to make sure it stays awesome. And I want to make sure everyone knows I actually communicate with YouTube fairly often. So they know how I feel and they know that I typically think they're doing a good job. I just call out the areas that need to be called out so we can make sure the platform stays, well, a net positive for everybody. Before I get started, I want to give a quick shout out to one of my sponsors, Virtual Shield, for helping make all of this possible. Virtual Shield is a virtual private network. And what that means is they protect your information from third parties. They say here big data and big brother because those are typically who we think about. But look, they say don't fall victim to companies like AT&T, Comcast, Spectrum Charter, Verizon, who control, collect, and sell your online browsing history. There's no such thing as perfect security. But that doesn't mean we're not going to lock our doors, close our windows, and take simple measures to protect ourselves. A VPN is that step. So make sure you go to virtualshield.com/Timcast, click Get Protected, and choose what plan works for you. First, let's go over the basics of what happened. From BuzzFeed News, a woman shot several people at YouTube's California headquarters before killing herself. At least 3 people were injured after a woman opened fire inside the Silicon Valley campus, authorities said. She was found dead with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. At 12:53 p.m., while conducting a search, they found the suspected shooter, a woman, later identified as 39-year-old Nasim Aghdam of San Diego, with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The suspect used a handgun, Barberini confirmed. Brianna Sachs tweeted, YouTube shooting suspect Nasim Aghdam, who describes herself as a vegan artist, bodybuilder, and animal rights activist, often lashed out at the video platform for censoring and demonetizing her content. From another story on BuzzFeed News, this is what we know about the YouTube shooter Nasim Aghdam. And here you can see one of her videos, I am being discriminated, filtered on YouTube. A 39-year-old woman who alleged that YouTube discriminated and filtered her videos has been identified as the shooter who opened fire Tuesday at the company's California headquarters, injuring 3 people before turning the gun on herself. Multiple YouTube channels that belong to Aghdam, where she frequently posted about animal rights and veganism, were terminated Tuesday night after she was named as the shooter. Google did not respond to a request for comment. Most people at this point seem to think that the reason she perpetrated this shooting was because she was angry with YouTube for demonetizing her, for filtering her videos. But before any of this information came out, we had people trying to claim that it was left or right, that somehow was going to support the narrative of certain individuals. Michael Ian Black, almost immediately after this incident broke, tweeting, another shooting, I'm going to politicize the F out of it, and so should you. The NRA is a terrorist organization. And this happens all the time, and I gotta say, it's wrong. People should not do this, because this is an extremely complicated incident. When we go to Nasim's website, we can actually start to see what she was actually about. On her site, she has many videos and these posts. The very first Persian vegan TV commercial and vegan music video was created by Nasim and launched through international Persian satellite television, Andishe TV. For the first time in April 2010, I also had TV shows on different Iranian TVs. Below that, she says, be aware, dictatorship exists in all countries but with different tactics. They only care for personal short-term profits and do anything to reach their goals, even by fooling simple-minded people. hiding the truth, manipulating science and everything, putting public mental and physical health at risk, abusing non-human animals, polluting the environment, destroying family values, promoting materialism and sexual degeneration in the name of freedom, and turning people into programmed robots. At the bottom it says, there is no equal growth opportunity on YouTube or any other video sharing site. Your channel will grow if they want you to. She then shows these photos. YouTube filtered my channels to keep them from getting views. And she circles her view count, in one instance from 182,000 to 94,000, and below, my revenue for 300,000 views is 10 cents and multiple question marks. She then circles her views and circles the box. Her videos have been taken down. They were on Facebook for a lot longer, and I'm not going to be sharing them because they were taken down for a reason. But there are some things that I want to point out about this woman. In several of her videos, she complains about being filtered and demonetized. This is what people are highlighting. She also has a video where she accuses YouTube of promoting stupid videos. She says that if you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to make stupid videos. She mentions that if you make videos about important moral issues or your beliefs, you will be filtered by YouTube. And I think it's safe to say that she is incorrect. Although many YouTube channels that we would consider to be, well, stupid, do really well, there are many activist channels, there are many political channels that do really well also. Looking at her channel, I saw that she had several celebrity parody videos of Selena Gomez and Katy Perry and Justin Bieber. It would seem that she actually tried making some of these stupid videos. She also tried making videos that were overtly sexual, where she works out and it's, let's just say it's very sexually suggestive. And then she made activism videos. In my opinion, this woman clearly was mentally ill in some way, but it seems like she really wanted to be famous. She made the same parody videos that she criticized other people of doing, basically, where she pretended to sing and be Katy Perry, Selena Gomez, and Justin Bieber. She tried doing the sexually suggestive videos, which many people have had success doing, and then she tried activism. And it would seem that when none of these worked, the only reason in her mind, at least according to her site, must be that YouTube was holding her back. On Facebook, she posted a photo, her holding a sign that says YouTube dictatorship, hidden policy, promote stupidity, discrimination, suppression of truth, and her website, share if you hate discrimination. To me, it seems like she's obviously unwell in some way, as I just said. But she seems to think that the problems with her videos are not the fact that her videos are very poorly made and strange, but that YouTube must be the one who's holding her back. When she complains about only getting 10 cents for 300,000 views, she seems to not understand how monetization works on YouTube. Sometimes videos don't run ads for many reasons, and there's no guarantee you're gonna make any money. But she blamed YouTube for this. She claimed that her car was attacked by anti-vegan animal business supporting criminals trying to harm/kill her because of the Animal Rights Awakening stickers on her car, America, USA. And she has a nail in her tire and a circle around it. That's just a nail in her tire. She probably just drove over that. So I think it's fair to say that she was unwell, and I think we all can agree on that based on the actions she took in California. But when people talk about how she was upset with YouTube for being demonetized and filtered, I think you need to look a little bit further. And this is just my opinion. When we look at the facts, we can say she was upset at YouTube over perceived demonetization, and then that likely might be the motivation for as to why she did this. But I think when you look at the videos she made, it would seem like she was actually just upset that she wasn't famous. Her videos were strange. On Reddit, someone said, I'm Persian and had seen a few of her videos before. I have to add that she indeed was a weird girl. Batshit crazy, if you will. Some of her videos in Farsi had got famous in the Persian community because she acted weird and was talking crazy. People were actually laughing at her stupid videos. If you'd asked me before which of the Persian social media personalities would you diagnose as psycho, I would have definitely chosen her. Guess this incident confirms my suspicion. I don't think she fits any clear political agenda. She's not a white man, and she is not a terrorist. She was just a strange person who misunderstood what was happening and got violent because of it. According to ABC 10 News, shooter's family warned police about YouTube grudge. The family of the YouTube shooter spoke with 10 News Tuesday night in Menifee, heartbroken and unwilling to speak on camera. Agdam's brother said his family began worrying about Nasim over the weekend. She was staying at her grandmother's home in 4S Ranch, but she stopped answering the phone. the family reported her missing to police. Their concerns worsened when police told them that her car was found in Mountain View. I googled Mountain View, and it was close to YouTube headquarters, and she had a problem with YouTube, her brother said. So I called that cop again and told him there's a reason she went all the way from San Diego to there, so she might do something. He said police told the family they would keep an eye on her, but 12 hours later, the shooting happened. So they didn't do anything and she got killed, her brother said. And 3 or 4 more people got hurt. Her family said they're not sure why Agdam decided to confront YouTube on Tuesday, but her birthday is April 4th and she would have turned 39. Instead of celebrating, they are mourning. It's not easy, but it is what it is, her brother said. I was too late. I want to let everybody at YouTube know that I have tremendous respect for the platform they have created and continue to maintain. And to everybody who I have worked with through YouTube, who has helped me out, who has been there when bad things have happened because of YouTube policy, and they've worked to make things better, at least on my end. I am grateful for all of you, and I am profoundly sorry that you had to deal with something so traumatic and so devastating. I think people need to back off the politicizing of events like this because we don't know what happened or why it did. We're only speculating. Most of what you hear me saying right now is just my opinion based on what I read on this woman's website. And all we can really say is that 3 people were hurt, and hopefully they will all get well and get through this. Hopefully everyone who was traumatized or affected psychologically will also recover, and hopefully we can actually do something to make sure things like this don't happen again in the future. What that is, I really don't know. But what I can say is, to everybody who tried to politicize this, you are in the wrong, and you shouldn't be doing this. What we should do first and foremost is make sure people are safe and take care of those who are impacted before we start trying to push our political agendas on the rest of the world. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I really did not want to make a video about this, but I felt like I had to because this is so pertinent and so close to home. YouTube is where I work. It's where I produce every day, and it means a lot to me. So this is a very important story. And it's also just, I mean, the impact must be huge coming off the heels of the March for Our Lives protest and what happened in Parkland, Florida. I hate to see these things continue to happen, but I guess I'm worried that they will keep happening. So again, comment below and let me know what you think. We'll keep the conversation going. Stay tuned. New videos every day at 4 p.m. Hopefully tomorrow, well, news is always rather depressing. Hopefully it's not going to be this bad, and there are issues that we can focus on that, you know, while a lot of news tends to be negative or alarming, hopefully it just isn't going to be as bad as today was. So again, apologies to everybody who had to experience this traumatic event, but I wish everyone a recovery, be it physical or psychological, and I will see you all tomorrow.